Now, there are two kind of people who are in public eye. One are the politicians. First is the politicians, and second is the media people and the film people. So obviously, it's not easy anymore to curse at politicians unless they are from the opposing party or from a party which is not in power. You cannot curse politicians in India anymore. So the only people that are left, so like what the government is trying to do now, कोरोना का कोई इलाज नहीं आ रहा है और गवर्नमेंट कुछ करने भी नहीं रही है कोरोना के लिए एटलीस्ट जो भी कर रही है वो सफिशिएंट तो बिल्कुल नहीं है एंड इवन द पीपल इनसाइड गवर्नमेंट अंडरस्टैंड दिस दैट व्हाट इज बीइंग डन फॉर कोरोना इज नॉट सफिशिएंट right? And government understands that the economy is shamble and not only because of corona, and everyone realizes this. So what do? You distract the attention. You say, oh, problem तो इन लोगों की है जो लोग nepotism फैला रहे हैं इसलिए तुम लोगों को चांस नहीं मिल रहा है. And this is something right wing loves to do. To say कि तुमको चांस इसलिए नहीं मिल रहा है because किसी और को मिल रहा है, because मुसलमान को मिल रहा है, because ये लोगों को मिल रहा है, because यहाँ पे इंडस्ट्री में सारे मुसलमान भर गए हैं. That is the actual thing that in my opinion, that they are trying to do. That they're trying to say ki,
I mean, yeah.
It's not like the chances don't exist at all. They are not trying to say that. The truth is that these opportunities do not exist only. Why can't you and I go and make a movie, the kind of movie we want to make? Why can't you and I go and make that movie? We can't make that movie because we will not get entry inside Bollywood. But if we would not require that entry inside Bollywood if there was a system in place through which independent artists could make movies.
There is a system. I mean, I don't know if there's a system in place, but basically, there are independent filmmakers in the industry.
So
it's not like it's just people who are from families. You know?
Yes.
You start off. There are competitions. There's worldwide competitions. There's worldwide film festivals. And anybody can enter. And a lot of people get their breaks in those places.
Yes.
You know, so it's unfair to say that it's just nepotism. Obviously, Yash Raj or RK Studios is only producing with actors who are from certain family, but there's hundreds of other fucking studios, no? There's other ways to get your movies distributed.
If you want to go, so
it's not easy.
When I was in Bombay, I made friends with a guy who worked for, and this is what he told me, that if you want a break in the industry, for years you have to work as a sub for someone else. Like sometimes in Europe, the government just funds movies. The government just gives equipment to musicians, to artists, to movie makers. They will give you a place to live. They will give you a stipend, and you just have to produce this work. This used to happen in India also, where Film Division of India used to give money to people to make movies, and those movies were at least shown on Doordarshan.
But now it's a monopoly, essentially, and that's what's going to happen. Obviously, like if you have an industry, somebody is going to monopolize on it.
And so those chances are available to less people.
It's available to less people, but it's not that they don't exist. Obviously, there's a way to do it. I mean, you have to be somebody's sub or assistant for the longest time. Isn't that a thing?
Or have a very good contact. So a way to come out of that is have your industry more organized, have government provided benefits inside or industry provided CPR ke through or something ke through. Government will have to regulate the industry so that people get this kind of benefit.
Government. I do not trust the government in any field.
I understand you don't.
The creative field is just going to be horrible.
But you realize that some of the best metal albums have been created by school kids who had access to these instruments because the government provided these instruments to schools and colleges and community centers. And that is how some of the best music was produced. Because someone...
I don't know about this.
Yeah,
I know that the government does fund bands and stuff, but I don't know which exact metal albums you're talking about.
So government also funds movie makers. Governments also fund all kinds of. Governments also fund the sports people, right? But do you know in India, even in sports,
they're not Kshitij. They're not just gonna pick up some random person like I started playing the guitar. I'm a guitarist.
Yes.
I still have to have merit. Essentially, I have to be a good musician. I have to be in contact with those government officials. You don't just get it just like that. They don't just come to your house. Hey, do you play the guitar? Here's some money. Produce an album for us. That's not how it works.
Yes.
It's not utopian like that.
Yes. Okay. So let me give you an example. Right now, if you have to make music in India, unless you are making music in Bollywood, there is a very slim chance that you can be an independent artist and still make music, right? Being an independent artist in India is hard unless you have a family backing, you have some sort of a reserved money somewhere. It's not like it's impossible to do, just that those chances are lesser. Imagine if the government was providing those kind of facilities to the students. It's not like they will not have merit. The point is, there will be more chances present out there in the ether for people. I'm saying the problem right now is that those chances don't exist. Not that those chances only exist inside meritocracy. So if I'm making a personal movie, I make a movie, I'm going to cast you because you are my friend, right? I'm saying the only way to counter that, the only way to, yeah, of course, I would assume at that moment, but the only way to counter that is to fund people so that even if like, so say, मैंने एक movie government के पैसे से बनाई और मैंने वैसी बनाई जैसे government चाहती है, and then from that money, I earned money and I became independent and now I can cast whoever I want to make my second movie. Do you see how it can help me become independent? So I can then pay tax from my movie, and all the actors and all the other artists who are involved in the movie can then thereafter pay taxes and pay perhaps more back to the government than the government invested in those, small equipment and all which it provided to the students and the colleges and, all these other people. That's all I'm saying. That it's like same when people, crib against reservation. They say that, I did not get a job because there is a reservation. No. You did not get a job because the number of government jobs are getting lesser. Those opportunities are getting lesser, not because reservation exists. So you have to ask for more government jobs, which is exactly the opposite what our government is doing right now.